Few songs in rock history have been as mysterious, ambitious, and iconic as Bohemian Rhapsody. But how did Freddie Mercury craft such a masterpiece? Was it just a random collection of lyrics, or is there a hidden meaning behind it? From the song's inception to the deep personal themes, we unravel the real story behind Queen's greatest hit. It all started in the early 1970s when Queen was still a rising band, and Freddie Mercury had a vision unlike anything before. He had been working on pieces of Bohemian Rhapsody as early as 1968, long before it was ever recorded. Originally titled the Cowboy Song, Mercury played around with piano melodies and unusual chord progressions, unsure of what the final structure would be. But by 1975, with Queen ready to record their A Night at the Opera album, Mercury finally brought his fully developed idea to the band. He had the entire song mapped out in his head, from the operatic section to the hard rock climax. Guitarist Brian May recalled, "Freddie had it all worked out. He played it on the piano in pieces and said, 'This is where the opera section goes, this is where the rock section goes.'" Queen spent weeks recording it at multiple studios, layering harmonies and crafting what would become a 6-minute epic. One of the reasons Bohemian Rhapsody stood out was its unconventional structure. Most pop and rock songs follow a simple verse-chorus-verse formula, but Mercury's vision was completely different. The song is divided into 6 distinct sections. The intro, a slow, emotional piano-driven melody. The ballad, the storytelling begins, hinting at deep regret. The guitar solo, Brian May's legendary solo. The opera section, the dramatic, multi-layered harmonies that make the song unique. The hard rock climax, an explosion of energy, as if the character is breaking free. The outro, a haunting, melancholic fade-out, bringing everything back down. At the time, this was unheard of. A 6-minute rock opera? No record label believed it would work. But Freddie insisted, and Queen refused to shorten it. Over the years, fans have speculated about the true meaning behind the song. Was it pure fantasy, or did it have a deeper, personal significance? Many believe it's Mercury's way of expressing his inner turmoil, especially regarding his sexuality. The lyrics tell the story of a young man who confesses to a crime. "Mama just killed a man." Some interpret this as metaphorical, Freddie killing his old self to embrace his true identity. Others see it as a Shakespearean tragedy about fate and guilt. Then there's the opera section. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Scaramouche is a classic clown character from Italian theater, perhaps representing Mercury's public persona. Meanwhile, the references to Beelzebub, Galileo, and Bismillah add layers of grandiosity, almost like a courtroom trial for the protagonist's soul. Freddie himself never gave a clear explanation. He once said, "It's one of those songs that has a fantasy feel. I think people should just listen to it, think about it, and then make up their own minds as to what it means to them." When Queen presented Bohemian Rhapsody to their label, EMI, the executives were shocked. A 6-minute single? No way. Radio stations wouldn't play it. But Queen's manager, John Reid, had an idea. He gave the song to DJ Kenny Everett, who played it on the radio, accidentally breaking the rule of not playing it in full. The audience response was overwhelming, and soon every station wanted to play it. Despite the industry doubting them, Bohemian Rhapsody was released in October 1975, and it took the world by storm. When Bohemian Rhapsody was released in 1975, it wasn't just another song, it was a game changer. At a time when most radio hits were 3 minutes long, Queen dared to release a 6-minute rock opera that blended classical music, heavy metal, and balladry. Critics were divided. Some praised its innovation, while others dismissed it as overly theatrical and self-indulgent. Yet, despite the skepticism, the song skyrocketed to success. It became Queen's first #1 single in the UK, holding the top spot for 9 consecutive weeks, an achievement that solidified the band's place in rock history. The song also performed well internationally, reaching the top 10 in multiple countries, including the United States, Canada, and Australia. Breaking boundaries in rock music. One of the biggest impacts of Bohemian Rhapsody was how it redefined what rock music could be. Before Queen, very few bands had attempted to combine operatic elements with hard rock in a single song. The meticulous layering of vocal harmonies, painstakingly recorded over several weeks, was something that had never been done at such an extreme level in a rock song. This wasn't just a song, it was an orchestral experience. Guitarist Brian May described it as Freddie's baby, saying that Mercury had the entire composition in his head long before it was recorded. The band recorded it across multiple studios, pushing the limits of 1970s recording technology. And let's not forget Brian May's legendary guitar solo, a perfect bridge between the ballad and the opera section. May later revealed that his solo was meant to act as Freddie's answer to himself, as if his guitar was another voice in the opera. Another major reason for the song's legacy is its groundbreaking music video. When Queen released Bohemian Rhapsody, the band knew they couldn't perform the full operatic section live on TV. Instead, they created a promotional video, something few artists had done at the time. This video, featuring the 4 band members in dramatic lighting, became one of the first true music videos in rock history. Some even credit it as a prototype for MTV, which launched 6 years later. The video's influence can be seen in how artists like Michael Jackson, Madonna, and even modern-day pop stars approach music videos. When Freddie Mercury passed away on November 24, 1991, the world mourned the loss of one of rock's greatest frontmen. Just a few days later, Bohemian Rhapsody was re-released as a tribute to Mercury, and it shot back to number 1 in the UK charts, staying there for another 5 weeks, making it one of the few songs in history to reach number 1 twice, in 2 different decades. The re-release also helped raise millions for AIDS awareness, as proceeds from the single were donated to the Mercury Phoenix Trust, an organization set up in Freddie's memory. In 1992, Bohemian Rhapsody experienced another surge in popularity when it was featured in the comedy film Wayne's World. The iconic scene, where Wayne and his friends passionately headbang in their car while listening to the song, introduced Bohemian Rhapsody to a whole new generation. Fast forward to the 21st century, Bohemian Rhapsody continues to break records. In 2018, it became the most streamed song of the 20th century, surpassing 1.6 billion streams across platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. The song's official music video on YouTube surpassed 1 billion views, making it the first pre-1990s song to achieve that milestone. The 2018 biographical film Bohemian Rhapsody, starring Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, grossed over $900 million worldwide, further immortalizing the song and introducing Queen to a younger audience. A song that will never die. Despite its initial controversy, Bohemian Rhapsody became one of the most celebrated songs in music history. It was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, voted the UK's favorite song of all time, and remains a staple in pop culture. From its bold structure to its enigmatic lyrics, Bohemian Rhapsody defied every rule in music, and that's precisely why it became a legend. So, what do you think Bohemian Rhapsody is really about? Was it Freddie's secret autobiography, or just a brilliant artistic experiment? No matter the meaning, one thing is certain. Freddie Mercury created a song unlike any other, and its magic will live on forever. This has been Rock Fame Diaries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments your favorite Queen song. Thanks for watching.